He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. On the return. The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line. The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The kick is good. Makes the score Vikings 7, Packers nothing. Jonathan Bernard on the tackle. A gain of only a yard. It's fourth down. Daniel Whelan in punt formation for the Packers. The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First and 10 at the 46-yard line. Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6. Down. Daniel Whelan in punt formation for the Packers. The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 2-yard line. Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A gain of 19 yards. And the Vikings first down.
fresh set of downs, keep this drive alive.
A carry now for Chandler. And that's not going to yield a whole lot. Up to only about the 23. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. This one complete to Oliver. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
First down, Vikings.
So after 1, it's the Vikings with the edge. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Chandler. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. Here's Darnold. That one complete to Sherfield. And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A run now for Chandler. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Darnold. That'll be intercepted. That's the linebacker, Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Love out quickly to Dobbs. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
In motion, Reed. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. Here comes 3rd and 6. Throwing is Love. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
the pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Dobbs headed in motion. Now the rookie third-rounder from SC, it's Marshawn Lloyd. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw is Love. And that is incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And it's going to lead to 4th down. The Packers going to call out the field goal unit. This a 31-yard attempt. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Packers are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And the kicking team right there, stopping him before he can get to the 15-yard line. The Vikings offense back onto the field for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Now give on the ground. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. 3rd and a yard. Now Darnold. He's got a receiver. It's Addison. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. They'll go play action with Darnold. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. A gain there of 23 yards. 1st down, Minnesota.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Darnold to throw. Quick throw taken in. Second down and 8. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Jair Alexander up from the secondary to make the stop. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Now Spiller. He is down at the 14, but will have the 1st down. Up the middle they go. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. On the ground, it's Spiller. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Throwing, Darnold. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Packers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Now Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And that'll set up 4th down. Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Minnesota. A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Packers offense about ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Love, he'll get that complete to Dontavian Wicks. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. On 1st and 10, here's Love. That's Dobbs, open left side. A good play action with Love. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Now Love. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. On comes the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. A fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense going to take over here in the final minute of this 1st half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll come up here 1st and 10. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Darnold now on 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Oh, he coughs up the football. The Packers have it. Still going. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. Wow, Greg, never a good time to turn the ball over, but in the final minute of the first half, to give up a defensive touchdown, big mistake for the offense there.
Yeah, we see so often teams love to go try to steal points before the half. They have this aggressive mindset. They think it gives them a little bit of a momentum gain going into the halftime break. In this case, the aggressiveness backfires. Not only are they unable to score, but they cough it up and the defender takes it all the way back for 6.
So, final seconds of this first half. Looks like they'll take a lead into the locker room as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Deep ball downfield for Sherfield. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
With the score, Packers 10, Vikings 7.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the Bears who pick up the victory at home. Caleb Williams leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Breece Hall, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. George Pickens, a touchdown catch in the victory. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Now give to Jacobs. He'll run right. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
Down at the 26. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's into the hands of Wicks. He's got it. They picked up 17 through the air. 1st down, Packers.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
The open man is Reed. He's got it. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. This one is caught by Reed. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7.
At the 42-yard line.
From the gun, it's Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Here's Love to throw. A throw on the move is caught. A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. And they'll try it now with Jacobs. And he's going to have a Packers first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
On first down, it's Love. Oh, what a throw. Swinging it across his body and complete. And he's in. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. The PAT, up and good. And the Packers will get out in front 17-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get forward for a couple. Keyshawn Nixon there for the tackle. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Darnold. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The home team's offense and Romeo Dobbs heading out for their next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7.
At the 36-yard line.
They'll run with Jacobs. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. The veteran safety Harrison Smith there on the stop. Here now, 3rd and 5. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Automatic first down.
Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
And this ball incomplete on third down. On comes the Packers punting team, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Let's go back and scroll through some of their drives. One theme, Greg, going to keep emerging throughout: too many turnovers.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of just carelessness, right? Some sloppy play offensively that has caused some of them. But also, let's give some credit to the defense. I think in a lot of the cases, they're also forcing these takeaways, punching the ball out, going up for interceptions. They've been in the right place at the right time. So, combination of really good defense at times, and at times, really bad offense.
Throwing on second down, Darnold. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Nice pickup there by Jacobs, and I really like this signing this offseason, Mike. I mean, with the departure of Aaron Jones going to Minnesota, they know how important that backfield is alongside Jordan Love. Can he help this Packers offense take that next step forward? And certainly done his part so far.
First and 10. In motion, Reed. On play action, Love. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Love. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of
carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Vikings have got it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
on the ground. This is Chandler. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. To throw is Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Operating from the gun, and this drive is over before it can start. It's swallowed up to force fourth down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. And now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
It's a gain of 16, and it's 2 nice plays to begin this drive.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly 1 play to get our answer. They continue to get chunk plays like this. This thing could get out of reach fast.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Here's Love. The right side, catch made by Dobbs. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. And he will score. Jordan Love, touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Vikings offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And he'll get up beyond the 40 to the 41-yard line. Lucas Van Ness, the former first-round pick, there to make the tackle. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 9. Darnold to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Packers offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a 1st down. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6. At the
In motion, Reed. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Automatic 1st down.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Love gonna give it to Lloyd. And he will work his way down inside the 30, a pickup of 6. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, the ball carrier. Blake Cashman on the tackle. A gain of 1. It's 4th down and less than a yard.
The offense is out there, 4th and inches. They'll run it and give it to the big guy. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they get 4 on 4th and inches. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
At the 24-yard line.
Here's Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to take over once more. things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Here's Darnold. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Darnold. He's going to run it. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down. Here's a 3rd and 10. Darnold. This pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison.
They pick up a nice chunk play there through the air on 3rd down, but it's not quite enough to move the chains. Now the question is, how aggressive is this head coach willing to be as he tries to extend this drive?
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's got a receiver. It's Addison. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on 4th down. Darnold to throw on 1st down. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Darnold now to throw to the middle of the field. Taken in by Addison. And they'll take this down inside the 35. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing, Darnold. This one complete to Oliver. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. 2nd half, and the defense continues to be item 1 in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a pick 6 here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
Now, the extra point. The kick is good. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Isaiah Spiller.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
8-yard pickup. And the Vikings 1st down.
They'll look to throw. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. That pass play good for 22. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Got a man, that's Surefield. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's 1st and 10. Darnold to throw again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Here's Darnold again. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. The defense still has 3 timeouts. We'll see if they decide to use them here as the offense starts taking a knee. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Running is Jacobs. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
Love will take a knee, and that ought to do it.
Daniel Whelan in punt formation for the Packers.
So, it's a win for the Packers. They get the victory away from home in the...
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC South foes. It's the Jaguars and the Texans, next on Madden Football.
And we are underway from Houston. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Jaguars to take over for the first time behind Trevor Lawrence, their quarterback in season number 4.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Now Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Lawrence will throw. A short throw to Ingram. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. But to throw again is Lawrence. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. So a man shaken up on the play, and this is certainly noteworthy. It's Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now Jones. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Throwing Jones. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. To the right side and complete to Thomas. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. Touchdown! Evan Ingram, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are on the board first here this afternoon. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Texans offense heading out behind their quarterback in his 2nd season. Last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the one interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of a season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. And Stroud now to throw.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones. He gets it to Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down.
ETN up the middle. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. You look at the defense for these Texans.
There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
a Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up.
And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jones throwing to start the drive. And that's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Was certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Quick throw to Collins. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately, so he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Stroud. And Diggs has it. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. From the 33, here's a 2nd down and 6. Mixing up the middle. A strong running. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Stroud. Being chased out left. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Stroud out of the gun here. Throwing left side, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting, Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Yeah, he's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Mixon is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
The kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Lawrence to throw. He will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's Stroud. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Stroud to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
The throwing again is Stroud. This one left side caught by Collins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And we always knew the potential was there, and Collins took a massive leap in his 3rd season, realizing that potential, producing just under 1,300 yards a year ago. The Texans love his big frame and believe in this young man, and he'll be their big-time receiver for now and the future.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. From the gun to give to Mixon. Shelling through the defense. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. In motion right, that's Collins. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Running out of the gun with ETN. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run with ETN. And trying to shake free, but ETN cannot. The defense will stop him short. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
Taking it about the 16. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Texans will take over. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. Throwing now is Stroud. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. He's up over 50 yards receiving. The red challenge flag making an appearance. Doug Peterson not liking what he saw there. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Mixon with a first down carry. He'll get this to about the 38. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. This one caught by Davis. Second down and 6 now. Now Lawrence. Flush to his right. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down. He'll drop to throw. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Now Lawrence to throw. That's taken in by Duvernay.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. This time they stay on the ground. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, and they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. This is fielded at the 27. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's a give to Mixon. Shreds the tackle. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Here's third and a few inches. Stroud looking to throw. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Pressure comes, and the Jags block it. And bulldozing his way through. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the visiting Steelers who were able to walk away with the road victory. George Pickens, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Caleb Williams leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin. to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Jordan Love, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
We're paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks. I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now Stroud. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
Stroud working out of the gun. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Stroud.
That's caught again by Schultz.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
It's complete to Diggs. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Again, it's Stroud. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And Stroud now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Chad Muma fighting all the way through and getting the sack.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. Stroud. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And he is going to get the 1st down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12.
In motion left is Davis. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's Lawrence. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. Gabriel Davis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. Houston set to take over.
And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time, but you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
And a nice strong run there by Mixon. And the Texans, they decided a year ago after ranking 28th in rushing offense that they needed Joe Mixon. He's coming off another impressive season in Cincinnati where he surpassed 1,400 all-purpose yards, and he will be the lead runner for this Texans team.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and a couple. Play action. Here's Stroud. Got his man, Dell. And he's going to have another 1st down as
the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 37. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Stroud out of the gun here. And avoids the contact by sliding. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Running left, it's Mixon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Stroud to throw it. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So the completion good for 7 there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. A draw play for Mixon, and he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn out for the field goal try for the Texans. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that will bring up 2nd down. A shotgun snap and again to ETN. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. That's complete to Dell. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's the game of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll send a tight end in motion right. Stroud sets up the play action. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. Breaks a tackle. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
A shotgun snap to Stroud. That's out to the flat for Akers. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Houston's offense taking over again. And really, you can't have a better situation than this. 1st and goal at the 1. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Joe Mixon with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw to the right side and complete to Washington. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 6. Straight ahead, Etienne. Ooh, the juke.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Etienne up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Now Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now Lawrence. That's taken in by Duvernay. And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Lawrence to throw.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's a give to Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jags answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Throwing now is Stroud.
Left side caught by Diggs.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5. An option handoff here to Mixon. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
The slot man in motion right.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Another tote for ETN.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
They'll look to set up his blockers. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
So Stroud and the Texans down 28-21, a little under 1:50 remaining.
How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
That's caught by Davis.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Now Stroud. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Stroud to throw it. Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Here's Stroud.
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 5 plays there on that drive.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. But we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
The Texans back out there and ready to go. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Stroud. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. Fourth down now defensively. Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. This is 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Four quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Texans will have the first opportunity here in the overtime session as we are back underway. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now out comes Houston. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And some room to run now. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 84 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. There was a great article in the paper yesterday about how he likes to run angry. Plays like that, you can feel it, can't you?
As long as he doesn't drive angry, we're okay. Because when he's on the field, that anger works for him. It fuels him, it powers him, and the end result runs like that.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. There's the stiff arm. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Going right back to Akers.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
But now he appears to be in some pain. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 2nd and 5. Stroud looking to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Here's Stroud.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can't be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Here goes Stroud again.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Antonio Johnson. And the Jags are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Boy, that one hurt, CD. They were in field goal range. They wanted that touchdown, understandably, but now a field goal on the other side would beat them.
And when you get the ball first in overtime, you're thinking to yourself, nothing less than a field goal. But you really want the touchdown. You don't want to put the onus on your defense to try and hold. In this case, they put it on them anyway, but at least they were aggressive, trying to get the score that would have ended the game.
The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
One team squandered opportunity. It's another team's chance to win this thing. They forced that clutch turnover, and now all they need is a field goal here to win this ball game.
Could not be set up much better, could they? A takeaway on defense. Now it's up to that offense to find a way to put themselves in position for the game-winning points. Touchdown, field goal, they don't care. Just find a way to win it.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Stroud. This one left side caught by Collins. He's to the 15.
And finally wrestled down at the 11. A huge play there in overtime.
overtime. 43 yards.
Just straight money right there. The biggest drive of the game, a chance to win it in overtime. If they've been saving that play, they sure pulled it out at the right time. A huge turn of events there.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And the Texans are going to win the football game.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Houston, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud.